Well, let's take a look at some of this gibberish by Theo Howard, shall we? What does it say here? It says, no, she should not have been on the front page. Local crank has theory. Front page news? Bah, humbug, says Theo Howard. You know who Theo Howard is, right? Well, he's the bottom at all the affordable housing meetings that they schedule on FetLife. He's the moneybags that bought the city councilwoman out of her house with Trent Diamante, you know, old lover boy that thinks the mayor's a swell guy because he's his boss and, well, he's, you know. Theo Howard, you know, if you was to, like, get evicted or you got really stressful things going on in your life and you need an attorney, you call the Clear Hotline, Northwest Justice. They refer you to Theo Howard. And his secretary, Mary, says, no. Theo ignores you. No. And that's after Cherish Cromwell was already screwed over, right? So Theo's not a good guy. And he's the president of Olympic Housing Trust. He's in a business called Smart Urbanism LLC with the mayor. He wanted to be a city council member, but his plans got thwarted. I don't know how. I don't know. Rumor has it, well, you know. So Theo decides to do a letter to the editor to let everybody know that, hey, I'm a good guy. Olympic Housing Trust is awesome. We're going to build great houses. We're going to house people. It's going to be so great. He's like, there's no conflict of interest with being the David Faber. There's no favors from Faber. He's just, you know, my friend. He's just a swell guy that I hang out with, you know, Diamante, and we, you know, hang out in the FetLife Club and our affordable housing meetings. I have no conflict of interest. I know that Cherry Street project was pretty bad. That'll never happen again. The mayor's a good guy now. He's not going to launder any money to his friends. And besides, I'm not his friend anyway. We're just like business associates and we go to affordable housing meetings on FetLife, but we're not friends and stuff. What do you think? So Theo Howard puts in a letter to the editor to let y'all know that he can't stomach that Crystal Cox. Ugh. But if you can stomach it, watch her YouTube channel. And your intuition will tell you she's unwell. I'm not a medical expert, says Theo Howard. But you know, some people might say she's unwell. I would never say. So a letter to the editor about how Crystal Cox is unwell and that she's just a cranky local with a theory who shouldn't be on the front page of the newspaper with her stupid little theories. And she's unwell, instead of just telling the public how great he is and ignoring Crystal. The common theme among the folks on the Nextdoor site and in the government, connected to the government and the community, this common theme is Crystal Cox is irrelevant and she is to be ignored. But they have no willpower to ignore me. They're addicted to me. They have to speak out. Lawyers with big heads and big brains can't tell you one law, one good thing that the Faber swell guy did. They can't tell you how great they are, what kind of work they're doing, or how the Faber complaint is wrong, or explain the golf course or the plots and the plats and the zoning and the laws. They can't explain any of that. The only thing they can say is, she's not credible. Well, guess what, motherfuckers? You don't have to have a threshold of being credible to file an ethics complaint. No one needs to meet your approval of mattering in the world to be able to file an ethics complaint. I mean, what a narcissistic asshole, right? Well, she's not credible, so don't listen to the complaint. Who gives a fuck if she's credible? Is 1 and 1 2 or not? I think we know the truth about Faber. He's done showed his ass already. He's evil. He's misogynist. He hurts women. He runs over people's rights. His last letter to the editor or whatever, his column or whatever, slamming botanists. He's a jerk. He's not fit to lead. He's hurt this community and tore us apart. So go ahead and stand up for your butt buddy, Theo, and your other drug-running buddy, and all your little friends and all your little whatevers. You know, a do-gooder lawyer? No, he doesn't. He doesn't do good. And I intend to complain to Northwest Justice and expose him for what he's done to create more victims and hurt people and not actually help people with evictions. Not help people that are mentally unwell or unwell people that he can't stomach. I was wondering when Theo's fight would pop up. Why not? Why? Why not just talk about how great you are and assure the public there's no conflict of interest? And just blow me out of the water with your facts and your big brain and your law degree and all the stuff you're doing. I'm irrelevant to local politics. Why didn't you just talk about it? You know more about it than me, right? You know more than everything about me, and I'm not credible. But I'm not in the paper saying, Theo Howard has a big nose, and, well, you know, he's girly, and he's like a ex-drug addict or a drug addict or an alcoholic, or like he's too skinny, and well, his nose, my gosh, like can stand under it and get shade. Like, I'm not in the paper saying stuff like this. I'm not in the paper saying, well, you know, my intuition is that, well, you know, he's fucking cray-cray. You really think that a letter to the editor was the best place for you to, like, attack me? Well, she's connected to a fascist organization. No, I'm not connected to the city of Port Townsend. Well, she's a bigot. No, you are. Well, she's a fascist. Nope, you are. She has a vendetta against city council because they were sticking up for trans people. Yep. I live under the rainbow. I'm a 54-year-old lesbian. You're straight men that abuse people under the rainbow. Well, I don't know if Theo's straight or pretends to be straight. I do know he's a bottom at the affordable housing meetings, but I don't know if that's like some slang for, you know, he just sits at the end of the table, like, I don't know. And you ever notice in all those orgy pictures, I mean, those pictures that they put of their groupies or group meetings or whatever, that Trent Diamante always has on some suave robe and like nothing underneath, like flipping his hair around, right? And David Faber looks to be like one of the manly ones there, right? Trent, he's kind of like feminine, then he's like handsome. But Theodore Howard, he's definitely a femme. And he's an angry little femme. And I think he's upset because the Great Spirit didn't want him to be on city council. I had no idea he was running for city council. I wasn't paying attention to any of it. Believe me, don't believe me. As I've said many times, I just had a vision. I wrote a complaint. It took on a life of its own. After I wrote it, then I saw that he was running for city council. That's just how Spirit works. Really, Spirit knew that a demon such as him should not be on city council. And that Faber just needed one more person to run through everybody's rights and run over everybody's rights and do whatever he wants. And if Theo's watching this, seriously, how did you stomach this whole video? You waiting to just hang on my every word? Did you take some Dramamine? Can you stomach it? Now, I bet my mustache gives you a boner. I know what you like. But then again, I'm just a crank with a theory.